London. For over 2 centuries, this city held more billionaire wealth than anywhere else on Earth. Not anymore. 3 private jets left the same London terminal this month. All 3 filed flight plans to the same city. None of them is coming back. That destination is Dubai. 30 years ago, it was an empty desert. Today, it's pulling in the same billionaires London held onto for 3 centuries. This isn't one billionaire making a personal choice. It's a pattern. So what does one desert city have that made the world's richest people walk away from London? The evidence. Watch where the people controlling the largest pools of capital actually choose to live, and the picture becomes obvious fast. Cypriot shipping tycoon John Fredrickson has steadily shifted parts of his business away from London. Steel magnate Lakshmi Mittal has expanded his international footprint beyond Britain. Neither man gave interviews about it. Neither made an announcement. Hedge fund managers, tech entrepreneurs, and private family offices have been making the same quiet move. Private aviation logs show a surge in one-way executive flights out of Farnborough, Luton, and Biggin Hill. Not round trips, one-way. Historic properties worth hundreds of millions of pounds are changing hands off market. No listing, no public sale. Entire trading desks are being dismantled in London and rebuilt somewhere else. None of these are isolated stories. Fredrickson, Mittal, the flight logs, the dark trading floors. All of it points the same direction. So the question isn't where they're going anymore. It's what a desert city offers that 3 centuries of London history couldn't. At first glance, the answer looks simple. Taxes. That's part of the story. It isn't the whole story, the obvious answer. Britain fundamentally changed the rules for global wealth. For decades, the non-domiciled tax regime allowed wealthy international residents to keep much of their overseas income outside the British tax system. This unique legal framework allowed wealthy foreign residents living in the UK to keep their vast overseas earnings entirely outside the reach of the British tax system. You could run a global shipping empire or an international commodities firm from a townhouse in Mayfair. And as long as that foreign income wasn't brought into a British bank account, the state didn't touch it. That historic arrangement has officially ended. Suddenly, international corporate structures, foreign real estate holdings, cross-border inheritance planning, and complex generational trusts have become immensely complicated and financially exposed. For billionaires whose commercial assets are scattered across multiple continents, legal predictability matters just as much as raw profitability. When a sovereign state alters its core fiscal rules unexpectedly, capital immediately begins looking for the exit. Political uncertainty following Brexit added another layer of complexity. Bureaucratic red tape multiplied, regulatory requirements grew increasingly aggressive, and institutional compliance costs climbed at an unsustainable rate. Managing and defending a fortune inside Britain gradually became a more demanding, legally defensive task than actually growing it. Viewed in isolation, these domestic developments seem to perfectly explain why wealthy individuals started leaving. But they still don't explain why the global elite overwhelmingly chose Dubai over every other tax haven on Earth. Why Dubai kept winning. While London was busy rewriting its financial rulebook to capture more domestic revenue, Dubai had spent decades deliberately writing an entirely different script. Every policy that made the United Kingdom more restrictive for global capital created a direct opportunity for another hub to capture it. Dubai did not stumble into this moment. It had been preparing for it for years. The entire strategy was engineered around absolute policy certainty. The Emirate constructed a financial oasis built on a total absence of personal income tax, zero capital gains, levies on investments, and the complete elimination of inheritance taxes. To anchor this capital permanently, they introduced long-term golden visas that granted secure residency without bureaucratic friction, alongside sweeping reforms that allowed full 100% foreign ownership of companies outside traditional free zones. Instead of treating wealthy international investors as temporary targets for emergency state revenue, Dubai positioned itself as a permanent corporate partner. The leadership of the emirate operates effectively like an agile corporate board, treating billionaires as vital clients whose capital drives the state's long-term growth. For entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, and family offices managing multi-billion-dollar portfolios across oceans, this absolute regulatory clarity became one of the most valuable assets money could buy. Yet, even these staggering fiscal advantages fail to fully explain why Dubai has systematically outpaced nearly every competing financial center. Because taxes alone don't relocate an entire global ecosystem, people do. The network effect. When billionaires move, they rarely move alone. They bring their families, their executive teams, and their private offices. This human element transforms a simple asset transfer into a permanent societal shift, reshaping entire local neighborhoods as European families establish deep roots. The elite chose Dubai because the environment matches their lifestyle demands with total safety. Violent crime is practically non-existent, allowing high-profile individuals to move freely without security details. The city built world-class international schools that rival the oldest institutions in Europe, established elite healthcare networks, and created a massive infrastructure of luxury-branded residences. With an international airport connecting to every major continent within hours, emotional peace of mind became just as valuable as financial profit. This massive influx of individuals triggered a powerful network effect. Money follows money. When a prominent billionaire relocates, they require specialized financial management. Their trusted private bankers follow to establish local offices. The arrival of the bankers draws corporate law firms to draft local contracts. Investment firms quickly realize the core decision-makers are no longer in Europe, prompting them to open trading desks in the Gulf. This concentration of corporate power attracts top-tier global talent looking for lucrative, tax-free careers, which in turn makes the ecosystem even more attractive to the next wave of wealthy families. But even this is only part of the story. The city's greatest advantage is something most people never notice: the hidden advantage. Beyond the tax policies, the safety, and the luxury lifestyle, Dubai possesses a secret weapon that almost nobody talks about. Geography dictates global finance. Dubai sits almost perfectly between Asia, Europe, and Africa. A portfolio manager can begin the morning trading Asian markets, spend the afternoon working with Europe, and still overlap with the opening of American markets before the day ends. Very few financial centers can do that. It allows businesses to operate without the traditional operational downtime experienced by isolated financial centers like Singapore or New York. Its location also places it at the absolute intersection of global shipping lanes, energy corridors, aviation routes, and emerging consumer markets. It links developing African markets with established European networks and booming Asian economies. For multinational businesses, this isn't just convenient, it's strategically powerful. The world's wealthiest people aren't simply moving somewhere with lower taxes. They're positioning themselves closer to where tomorrow's economic growth is taking place. It turns geographic placement into a massive competitive edge, ensuring they aren't moving to the periphery of the world, but rather to its new center. What it means. This shift raises an uncomfortable question for the Western world. Is London actually losing its status? The answer is complex. London retains historic strengths that cannot be duplicated overnight. The British legal system offers centuries of case law and unparalleled institutional trust. The city remains a massive center for global capital markets, insurance, and deep financial expertise. The cultural appeal, the historic prestige, and the concentration of world-class museums and theaters still carry immense weight. International corporations still value English common law for resolving complex disputes. The institutional history of the City of London provides a level of stability that new financial hubs are still working to build. The ultra-rich are leaving, but they are leaving behind a mature financial engine that will continue to process trillions of dollars. The loss is not measured in immediate collapse, but in a slow decline of top-tier talent and entrepreneurial capital. The city is transitioning from a home for the ultra-wealthy into a corporate utility for global markets. The real shift is not a simple competition between London and Dubai. The world used to have one dominant financial center that controlled global commerce. Now, the global economy has several competing capitals. Wealthy individuals view the world as a decentralized network rather than a hierarchy. They pick and choose jurisdictions based on specific operational needs rather than traditional loyalty to any single Western nation. New York manages American capital. London handles European institutions. Singapore controls Asian wealth. And Dubai dominates the intersection of the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. Capital has become completely mobile. A billionaire can move a corporate headquarters with a digital signature and a few legal filings. The monopoly of Western financial centers has officially ended, giving way to a multipolar world where cities must actively compete to attract and retain wealth. The modern billionaire playbook has been entirely rewritten. Wealthy people do not optimize for luxury or status symbols. They optimize for total flexibility. They seek absolute legal certainty, political stability, seamless mobility, and robust wealth preservation for future generations. If a state changes the rules of the game midway, the capital simply migrates to a jurisdiction that offers better terms. They view citizenship and residency as assets to be managed rather than permanent identities. For centuries, the greatest fortunes in the world moved toward the oldest and most established financial capitals. Today, those same fortunes are choosing the cities that grant them the highest level of personal and financial freedom. The real question is not whether London is falling from its historic peak. The true mystery is whether the world's wealthiest people have already decided where the next capital of the century will be.